how Andrew's daughters Beatrice and Eugenie now have one option to voluntarily renounce their royal titles.
Reports are surfacing that Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are about to do the unthinkable. Renounce their HRH titles. But don't be fooled, this isn't just a slimming down. This is a calculated masterstroke by King Charles III.
Foregoing the titles is an act of renewal, a gesture that signals integrity and public accountability. It would be seen as a mature, front-footed, family soldiering act that shows self-awareness and respect for both the King and William's preference for a smaller royal family.
All right, let's dive into some serious royal family drama. King Charles is reportedly putting immense pressure on Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie to give up their royal title. Now, you might be thinking, what did they do? And honestly, that's the kicker. This isn't about anything they personally did wrong. This is about their father, Prince Andrew, and how his catastrophic judgment has poisoned the York family name. This is in no way connected to the fact they are not complicit in what happened with their father and mother about those lies. Why I'm suggesting it now is this is an ideal opportunity to step back from those titles. They're not working members of the royal family, that they're not working royals. None of their cousins apart from William and Harry. Angela Lavin, a royal commentator, has been very vocal about this, arguing that Beatrice and Eugene should voluntarily renounce their HR titles. And she's absolutely right. These titles weren't something they earned through service. They were chosen by their parents, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, who desperately wanted their daughters to have HR status and all the prestige that came with it. But that prestige has turned into a liability that Andrew's scandalous association with Jeffrey Epstein has made the York name toxic. And now Beatrice and Eugenie are paying the price. Think about it. They're not working royal. They don't receive public funding for royal duty. They have their own private careers and lives largely separate from the institution. So what exactly are they holding on to these titles for? Ego, tradition, fear of losing status. None of those reasons are good enough when the monarchy is fighting for its very relevance. This is an ideal opportunity for King Charles and Prince William to execute their vision for a streamlined monarchy. Charles has been talking about slimming down the royal family for years. And this is the perfect test case. If Beatrice and Eugene voluntarily step back and renounce their titles, it sets a powerful precedent. It sends a message that the monarchy is willing to evolve, willing to hold itself accountable, and willing to cut ties with anyone whose presence damages the institution, even if they are beloved family members. But here's where it gets really uncomfortable. If Beatrice and Eugene renounce their titles by forcing the York sisters to sacrifice their royal status for the sake of the crown, the king has just laid a lethal trap for Prince Harry. The contrast is staggering. While the York sisters choose duty and integrity, Harry is still desperately clinging to his Duke of Sussex title in California, monetizing a monarchy he publicly trashed. Is this Charles's final move to force Harry's hand? Or is it the ultimate survival tactic for a modern throne? What does that mean for Prince Harry? He's still clinging to his Duke of Sussex title while living in California, monetizing his royal status through Netflix deals and book tours, and publicly trashing the very family that gave him that title in the first place. If the York sisters, who have done nothing wrong personally, are being asked to give up their HR status, how can Harry possibly justify keeping his? The answer is he can't, and Charles knows it. This move could be the first domino in a much larger restructuring of the royal family. Meanwhile, Prince William is out here, showing everyone what modern royalty should look like. His recent trip to Brazil for the Earthshot Prize in COP30 was a masterclass in balancing serious environmental advocacy with relatable human moments. He connected with community, championed sustainability, and reminded the world why the monarchy still matters when it's done right. The public reception was overwhelmingly positive, and it highlighted the stark contrast between William's approach and the chaos surrounding other family members. Now, Prince Harry has announced his trip to Canada just as his brother William stages that Earthshot Prize in Rio. Harry's going to be meeting with veterans, members of the armed forces community, and military charities. The fact this announcement came virtually just as William was about to start his first engagement in Brazil. The timing is appalling. And the irony of this, There's hypocrisy in it because Harry in his book Spare writes about the royal family counter-announcing to try and get attention from each other. He knows how the royal family works. The meeting between his team and the king's team was supposed to work to stop this sort of thing happening. Harry actually wants it to work better. So, how's it gone so wrong now? How has he made an announcement just when his brother, after all this attention on Andrew, is now drawn focus from what William is doing? They'll just don't think that's an accident, but it's really poor management by their team. Whoever is responsible there, even if that announcement was made at the end of the day at first day in Brazil, it would have been better than when that announcement was made. That's why I'm suspicious too. Just feel like it has been done possibly deliberately, but even if not, just so poor on his end. And speaking of chaos, let's talk about Prince Harry's timing. William is making headlines in Brazil for all the right reason. Harry announces a trip to Canada focused on military veterans. On paper, that sounds fine, but the timing is absolutely disastrous. It reeks of poor coordination at best and deliberate spotlight stealing at worst. Royal watchers are questioning whether this was intentional sabotage or just incompetent management. But either way, it reflects the ongoing dysfunction in how the Sussexes handle their public appearances. So, here we are watching King Charles force a reckoning within his own family. Beatrice and Eugenie are being asked to sacrifice their titles to protect the institution. And that message needs to be heard loud and clear. The issue with the scandal, which has enveloped the royal family to do with Andrew Mountbatten and Windsor, has been a real stain on the royal family. However, William and Catherine have certainly separated his misdemeanors and his behaviors away from his daughters. They've got very good relationships with Beatrice and Eugenie. I don't think that will ever change because William and Catherine certainly feel that Beatrice and Eugenie have had no role in their parents' indiscretions. Of course, they're very, very separate to their dealings with Jeffrey Epstein. They've led very different lives. They're not senior working members of the family. Whilst their relationship may have changed with Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, they still have a close relationship with the daughters. Now, you've got to wonder how Harry, who actually wants the royal family to work better, has made such a colossal mistake. It's just really poor management from his team. Even if this announcement had been made at the end of William's first day in Brazil, it would have been better than when it actually dropped. That's why I'm so suspicious. It feels like it might have been done deliberately, or at the very least, it shows an astonishing lack of judgment on Harry's part. This constant spotlight stealing highlights the dysfunction in how the Sussexes handle their public appearances.